I'd be like, greetings, Nero, god of sexual desire, son of Aphrodite. Lay back and feast into this new and exciting position. Okay. Hi. Officially welcome to the 10th episode. Can you believe it? No. Now, this number 10, this episode 10, is meaningful. Excuse me. This is, oh my god, I'm gonna try to have my messy hair on, but I can't. Look, this is symbolic, okay? Even when I dyed my fingers black. Listen. Now, officially welcome to the 10th episode of the THS. Can you believe it, huh? Now, there is a shift coming. There is a change coming, okay? Understand that in this episode, specifically for, I don't know, maybe for a good while, I've been trying to find a container that would fit in each video. I would try to find a subject to talk about for each video, and that was not making me feel free, that wasn't making me feel good. I did not desire it. Now, these episodes could be random yap sessions. Yes, they're just the highest sesh, but they're sessions. We're just speaking, we're talking, we're channeling, and we're sharing, and we're exchanging energies in the best way we can, but I'm tired of trying to find a subject. Not trying to find a subject, but that for now, in this current moment of my life, there is this thing that's being highlighted recently when it comes to messiness and not doing it perfectly. Before the video, I was starting to sweat. I was feeling hot. Then I needed to use the bathroom. Then the fan was messing up. Then the bed wasn't good. Then the hair wasn't good enough. Then the dress was too. Then I used the dress in another video. Everything was getting in the middle and I was getting tired. So it was either I solve it or I let it bother me. Do I invest in making myself feel good, or do I let it bother me? That sounds good. Now, I did figure it out. I try to not care because I tried to fix everything the best I could, and whatever cannot be fixed, it was just not fixed. And it's because I have no control. Nobody has no control. It was out of my hands. There's something I can't control. It was not meant for you to control in the first place. Nothing is meant... What happened, baby? Nothing is meant to be controlled. Nothing is meant to be owned. Nothing is meant to be possessed. I already talked about this. And even less when it's ourselves. You don't get to own yourself. You don't get to possess yourself. You don't get to do all that. You can guide yourself, but you can never force yourself to do something. You cannot oppress yourself, you know? You need to have the want. You need to have the right intentions. But you need the want. You can't do something. You can't get something if you don't want it. See it this way. I'm trying to do something new with my life. See it this way. I'm trying to do something new with my life. I want to do something new, right? The first step is realizing and being aware that you want to do something new. Okay. When you figure out what that's something new that you want to do, figure out your why. Why do you want to do it? Why do you want the new job? Why do you want the money? Why do you want the love? Why do you want the partner? Why do you want the apartment? Why do you want a car? Why do you want the things you want? Find your why. And when you find your why, scan it through. Check the data. Study it. Learn it. My whys. Learn your whys. And when you learn your whys, figure out if your whys are making you feel good or are they making you feel bad. Are your whys making you procrastinate? Are your whys stopping you? Are your whys... What are your whys doing? What are your intentions doing? The reasons why you desire to do things. Right? Why? And when you figure out your whys, you scan through your whys. We don't have sometimes good whys, centered whys, or even we are not even aware of our whys. We just kind of have them. And when you find those that are not benefiting you, are not making you feel good, now that you're aware of it, what are you going to do? Because there will be a certain point in your life where you're going to be aware of certain things, where you're going to be aware of how you act, how you speak, the things you like, the things you don't like, the things you don't like to do, the things that you're over perfectionate on. Looking pretty, doing my makeup, like whatever. Why? Because see it this way. You have a person who's smoking crack. And I'm gonna use a heavy thing. A person who's smoking crack, right? This person is homeless. This person is asking for money, and this person is only asking for money to get the crack. The crack can simulate a lot of things. One is funny, one is a drug, and the rest it will be metaphorically. Now, or like, just, yeah. This is a person who keeps repeating the cycle. Thus, the crack goes poor and gives everything for the crack. It gives its soul, it gives its body, it gives its need, it gives its everything for it. Then we have a rich person or a wealthy man, a wealthy someone doing crack on the daily. But he's a wealthy man, he has a house, okay. He's still doing crack every day. He feels good, he feels happy. I don't know what crack does, I'm sorry. It's the randomness. This is just what came through. I'm educated in certain things, I'm not educating in other things. I don't know everything. Now, a wealthy man does crack every day, has a stable job, has a wife, has kids, I don't know. Whatever, however that works. Fuck yeah. He found a way to balance it out. Maybe he's microdosing every day. Maybe he doesn't need to do it every day. He still acts upon it, but he's not a slave to it. You understand what I mean? There's a difference between indulging in something and being a slave to something. being a use me however you desire to, take me however you desire to. You understand what I mean? And you understand how heavy that is. You can be a slave, you can be owned, you can be possessed, and you don't even know it. You never truly own anything, but you will have the perspective, you will have a space and time where you will experience that in whatever way it's meant to be represented. But I need your whys. That's just it. This person is doing crack their whys, their way of living, and everything is totally different to the whys of him. He's not even aware of his whys. He doesn't even have whys. He thinks he doesn't need no whys. It's the truth for him. That's his truth. In his mind, that's his world. And that's his truth, while that other person, that wealthy man, it's also with his truth. They're not false. They're equal truth stories. But it doesn't mean that this truth is his truth and that truth is his truth. Yeah. What a weird episode for the 10th one. All messy, all crazy. Didn't came prepared, didn't write anything, and I just felt inspired because I saw on a THS blog and it just made me feel so good. It made me aware of a lot of things, and she's just really good. I'm glad and I'm happy when I get to see her. But I guess this was a short video. I'm grateful. I feel happy. And all slowly but surely, in a cave that if it was lighted up completely and you saw what was inside the cave, you will not even go in the first place. That's why God gives you, I don't know why I say it like this, a stick with a fire. I'm having in my head the Ace of Wands, a stick with fire, lighting each step you take in only a small proportion of the cave, so you don't get that scare. The step is being lighted up. You're all okay. Take everything step by step. Clarity will come step by step, but you will not be able to know if you can make that step if you don't just do it. Feeling how you're feeling, facing yourself, facing how you're feeling, facing your own truth, and still being grateful with it, still being appreciated of it. That's an airplane. That's meaningful. That's a confirmation, and it's taking a long time. But face yourself, look at yourself, and even if you see things that you dislike about yourself, you don't like about yourself, that you feel that you're lacking, you still go. These are things I have to work with. These are not truth. These are just mere lies I believed that built my belief system and my way of living and my way of taking care of myself. This is not what I want to do, meaning this is not who I am, meaning this is not how I believe. And then you give love to yourself. You be grateful for yourself. You say thank you for what you did today. Thank you for the actions that you were so afraid to take, that you took them. Thank you for taking care of me. You're taking care of your own self and you're taking care of your own body. And when you feel like you've been taken care of, there's nothing you need to worry about. Maintain that feeling in everywhere you go. Know how to come back to it. And know that when you need the time and the space, you will make it. Because you and God are your first priority, and then everything comes. Because everything that's built here is by you and God and those that were there to help, and however you were able to receive in your own world and your own life within your own truth. And be grateful. Be grateful. You have nothing else to be. Find a way to learn from the bad moments, from the lack moments. There's always something there. Those are not random. Those are the ones you should be especially more attentive to. So, not in the way that it maintains and it gets here and it gets stuck here, but in a way that, okay, God, there's something I need to learn from here. Give me the clarity, and it will be given, bestowed, downloaded to you. But you have to ask, what is a God to you without a prayer? I heard that somewhere, but how do you expect God to come for you if you don't pray to Him, if you don't call to Him, if you don't ask for Him? God, one of the things that God, one of the things that you have to understand to be able to work, to be in a partnership, and to consciously be with Him and with God and having that deep connection with Him is first doing it with yourself, and also understanding that when it comes to God, the universe and source, their rule or the payment they require is to believe blindly. Confirmations will appear, synchronicities will appear, but God works with blind faith. You have to look for Him even if you don't see Him there. You have to pray for Him even if you don't see Him there. There will be moments when you feel empty, when you don't feel Him at all. That's where you hold to the blind faith the most. That is all I have to say. You can pay with time, you can pay with money, you can pay with energy, you can pay with your body. You can do and have different ways to exchange energies and to give payment. God just asks you for blind faith, but follow what feels good. He's telling you to follow the unseen, but He's not telling you to not have discernment, okay? Always have discernment. Your body, even if your body, I'm so sorry, they don't want me to say this, whoever, the evil eye, the haters, whatever, even if your body is from this third dimension, from this 3D, from the material world, from the world you see, it still receives, it still feels, it still tingles. So even if you're working and praying to something and it doesn't feel right and it doesn't feel good, He's telling you to trust the unseen. He's not telling you to trust dumbly and unawarely. So have discernment, baby. Okay? That is all I have for you guys. This will be the 10th episode. A big shift is coming, my people. A big change is coming. And sometimes it's just not the way you expect, but it's better than you wanted to expect. So, I love you guys. Thank you for everything. And look at this. It's been good. This is meant to be heard. Look at this. God took us seriously. So, I love you guys. Thank you for everything. Yeah. This was good. Bye bye. Yeah, my boogers and my nose itching. Ooh, let's celebrate because we deserve it.